Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Tom. Thank you all for coming. So, without further ado, we are going to have a Q&A after this. I want to take you back to a time where there was no social distancing, clearly, greater social cohesion, ways of learning together with each other, where words and pictures were really a way of experiencing the world and getting inside the media, getting inside the knowledge. Those of you who would go to university in my day, I'm actually quite an old man, I just look really good because of the Italian genes, would go to read for your degree. That is how you downloaded things that they're trying to discuss with them. The weaponisation of this has a long history, but one of the key moments for me at least was when Saatchi, an advertising company, was hired by Thatcher. So the Thatcher government hired an advertising company, and this is one of the most incredible pieces of work because at the time I think they had something like 30,000 people out of work when this advert went out. And it kind of implies all kinds of criticisms that the Conservatives are going to be able to address the unemployment issues. And what happened was when they were finally elected, we went from 30,000 to over 3 million. But people forget the data, but they do remember the image. And again, nothing has changed. Again, really, we have the same technique, which is an advertising technique with a political message. And many of these refugees weren't even from an event in the last 20 years. So, there is no reality without a mind. We do actually always question the things that we see and the things that we know. That argument isn't really ever settled. We now have the emergence of red facts and blue facts, and the beginning of something called, motivated reasoning. Psychology departments around the world are looking at why the emergence of motivated reasoning and partisan facts have enabled people like Mr. Jones and this character to hoodwink so many people, to allow people to really enter a very destructive narrative. But what I think has emerged is that people now can choose, they can pick and choose, they've been described as a flight from fact, and people are emotionally choosing where their reality lies, and the phenomena is very resistant to the disruption of other information coming in. So the more partisan you are, the more facts you get, and sometimes the more educated you are, the more chances there is that you actually will cling to your beliefs and just learn to argue better and basically understand critical reasoning better to argue your position. And the other side is always worse than ours. So although the problem exists of partisan reasoning on both sides, the sense is that the other side is always wrong. There really is a very small space, small window, where we can actually start having that kind of common ground that we saw in the first slide. So we do have other pressures on us other than the media. We do have an existential crisis where machines are taking over a greater part of our lives. Most of the jobs that the university system keeps insisting have yet to be invented. No one really understands what those jobs are going to be for human beings, when we actually see that even jobs in supermarkets are being removed from people who exit your shopping to machines that can actually do that kind of work. We have tracking bots, we have things that actually look at and analyse almost everything that we do, and the sense of anxiety that's forming around the world has actually started to change the way that we think. And so just a quick understanding of the human brain. The human brain splits, if we could see it from above, splits left to right.